flight has a destination. For the people on those planes, some travel with a bigger purpose.
I always do a flyer on his birthday and for the candlelight.
For Tracey, there's no looking back. She's here for him.
I'm Tracey DeJohnette. I'm the mother of Thomas DeJohnette.
Flying in from Seattle, Washington to Phoenix, Arizona every year is predicated on a promise.
A promise to her son, Thomas DeJohnette. A promise to get him justice.
When Thomas was born, he was the first boy in the family, and it was amazing. It was amazing. We were all happy. We were all joyful. We were screaming down the hall. I remember my mom screaming down the hall, "It's a boy, it's a boy."
Thomas was born in Seattle, Washington on August 4th, 1996 to Tracey DeJohnette and Leon Curenton. The baby boy surrounded by sisters and so much love. From a young age, he was a natural athlete.
He was fast and he had moves. He would lose you. He would do these moves, turn around, go this way, go that way, and shake everybody.
Thomas fell in love with football and played for Renton High School. But even after graduation, Thomas was not done with the game. Thomas played semi-pro football across the Pacific Northwest, known as a versatile running back who could energize his team with or without the ball in his hands.
He had a nose for the game. He wanted to be a part of everything, even on special teams. I would put him on the kickoff team every now and then because he'd be one of the first ones down the field and the first one that want to make a tackle.
Much like his personality off the field, relentless and full of passion.
He was swung around by his hair, and in the picture that I have, he's parallel to the ground, but still in the air. And he literally put his hand on the ground and stayed up and kept running for like another 20 some odd yards. And he came off the field and he was like, "Coach, you see that spin cycle move I put on him?" I mean, you just can't make that up. That was just his mentality.
By 2021, Thomas was only 24 years old and with plans to keep on playing.
He was focused, he was determined, he was ready. It was go. It was go.
There's something sacred about sports. The field is a sanctuary, and the connection between player and coach can be life-changing. Thomas was already paying it forward, giving back to the youth like his father Leon did.
I told him I was proud of him after the first season, because he was really making strides to be a better coach than I was.
I do believe that he was good for the youth because as good as he was as a player, he also had the ability to connect with youth players because he also himself was young. He didn't have a young mindset, but because he was still so young in age, he still had the ability to perform.
On the weekend of February 20th, 2021, Thomas did just that at the Glendale Youth Sports Complex, helping out and coaching for a youth tournament. But those weren't the only plans he had that weekend. Thomas and friends decided to hit the La Girls Gentlemen's Club near Washington Street and Loop 202 in Phoenix. Later on, inside the club, he got into a dispute with another man. This was Thomas's final night alive. At the same time, Tracey was on vacation in Hawaii with Thomas's father and their families. It was Leon who learned the devastating news while on a phone call with the Valley Hospital.
And I can still hear his sister's screams in the background in my head right now. At that point, it was like the worst thing who could ever think can happen in our lives at that point.
Then Tracey's daughter banged on her mother's hotel room door in tears.
I opened up the door. Taylor was standing there. They were all visibly shooken, and I'm looking at Taylor and I'm like, "What, are you okay? Are you okay?" I'm looking her up and down. Like, what, you're okay, and she's like, "Okay." And so it was Thomas. Just Thomas. I'm like, "What do you mean? What? Thomas?" Thomas is gone.
Back in Phoenix, the nightclub's parking lot transformed into a crime scene on Sunday morning just after 2 a.m. Thomas was shot to death.
From what the people that were with him at the club said, that there was a gentleman that maybe he had words with, and they were going outside to fight. I believe that's what Thomas thought was happening because he had indicated to people that he was going to go outside and fight. They walked outside and not even 200 feet from the entrance, he was killed.
The only thing on her mind was trying to get home. She didn't care how she was going to get there. She just needed to be home. And so she called her parents and was trying to get home as soon as possible.
When was the last phone call you had with the detective?
She reached out in regards to you. Might I say that that was a quick response?
I'm Detective Willingham with the Phoenix Police Department. I've been with the department for about 17 years, and I am currently with the homicide unit, which I've been with for about 5 years now.
Detective Willingham has never spoke about this case publicly until now. She says it's been on her mind for the last 4 years.
And this is one of those cases that keeps me up at night, like as a homicide detective. I mean, like I said, I've been doing this for 5 years. This is actually one of my very first cases that I got. And I've been grinding on this thing for the last 5 years and just nothing.
According to Willingham, no witness saw Thomas pull out a weapon, and there's no indication he started the fight, aside from arguing with the man he walked out of the club with.
We know who he walked out with. That was the person who was contacted and detained and interviewed on scene that night. What it seems like occurred was that there was something that occurred outside of the club and happened with someone else, other than the person that he walked out of the club with.
No gun was found on the man who was detained, and no gun was recovered from the scene. The evidence, very scarce.
The casing that was found on scene as of yet has not been linked to any other crime scenes or any other casings recovered.
Somehow, some way, there's a witness out there somewhere, and it's a damn shame, in my opinion, that no one is coming forward. Truthfully.
Police say the girls did not have video surveillance of the shooting, or anything outside for that matter.
There was an extensive video surveillance canvass done in that area. Unfortunately, most of the businesses didn't either have operational video or it didn't work. There was just nothing captured, so we fell flat on that.
In the following weeks and months, Tracey was in Washington State waiting for answers, left with her thoughts, and a pain only a mother can feel deep within her bones.
Violently, the manner in which he lost his life, it hurts. It hurts the way he lost his life. You know, I wonder, is he hurt? Was he hurting? What did he, you know, what it was, you know. Hi, it's me, Tracey, Thomas's mom. I'm here in Phoenix at the Lee Gentlemen's Club, 5151 Washington Street, Phoenix, Arizona. This is where my son Thomas lost his life on February 21st, 2021, approximately 2 a.m. in the parking lot of this club. There are no suspects, no leads.
Like her son, she is relentless.
Someone knows what happened to Thomas here. Someone saw him get killed. I need those persons or persons to come forward and say something.
Tracey's yearly mission continues, putting up flyers, leaving flowers where Thomas took his last breath, live streaming it all, and posting a sign in his honor.
Long live Thomas James DeJohnette. We love you. Number 22.
What is it like when you're standing in the spot he was in?
It's emotional. It's a lot. It's different emotions. I'm sad and I'm angry, but mostly sad. It hurts that my son came here for just a night to have fun and he ended up losing his life.
This case has now gone cold. Nearly 5 years since Thomas's murder. From 2021 through September 2025, there have been more than 800 murders in Phoenix. Some homicides are solved within days or weeks, and some take decades.
If I just had one wish, it was to go back. And I wish I could save him. I'm his mom. I couldn't save him. That is really hard to accept that he's gone. and he's never coming back.
We went back to the club to see what we could find out. So I just talked to the manager of the nightclub, who says he was not here the night Thomas was shot and killed, and they've overhauled their video surveillance system since then, and it's just mind-boggling that there's no footage of what happened to him that night. Within the dark industrial stretch surrounding the club, no video evidence linked to the shooting. Dozens of people were at Le Girls, but not enough have come forward with information.
And to me, I find it hard to believe that there was no one in that parking lot that saw what happened.
But the concept of how Tommy was killed bothers me still. The reality is there's still no reasoning for it. There's no conclusion to why it happened or how it happened. And the case is still wide open, and there's been no headway with it.
For Thomas's loved ones, grief sneaks up on them in different ways.
I'll see somebody walking, or someone with braids, or kind of his walk, or maybe something, and I'll double take, and it makes my heart sink. It happened recently. I saw somebody, I was like, looks like Thomas, and it just makes my heart drop.
I still have deep depression and I have anxiety, and it's all been because it started with this. A part of me is gone. Part of me is gone, so it really hurts.
Despite the lack of investigative leads, Leon and Tracey are not giving up. They know the person who did this to their son is out there, and they hope Thomas's killer looks in the mirror.
And to just take someone's life just like that, for nothing, and to just leave, just walk away, and just go on with your life, and just live your life just like nothing. You just murdered my child for nothing. For nothing. Nothing. You took his life.